Thanks for joining us here for the news at 11. I'm Jane Monreal. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife arriving in New York just hours ago after they were captured following a major military attack in the country last night. The couple has been indicted on narco-terrorism and several other charges. President Trump says the U.S. will temporarily govern Venezuela until there is a proper transition of power.
The dictator and terrorist, Maduro, is finally gone in Venezuela. People are free. They're free again.
Troops from 20 military bases and 150 U.S. aircrafts taking part in the mission, which saw an elite strike force arrive at Maduro's compound around 1 this morning. On Congressional Hill, congressional Democrats and even some Republicans demanding answers from the Trump administration about why they were kept in the dark. Now, the impacts from this conflict are being felt far beyond Venezuela, including right here in Charlotte and by Americans traveling abroad. WCNC Charlotte's Anna King was in Uptown, where protests took place earlier today, and spoke with people feeling the impact firsthand.
Yeah, dozens of people came together at Romare Bearden Park in response to what they call a dangerous escalation overseas. Chants echoed through Uptown as protesters held signs, waved flags, and marched, calling for an end to U.S. military action in Venezuela.
This is an outrageous violation of a nation's sovereignty.
Handmade signs read "No war on Venezuela" and "Hands off Venezuela." Some protesters carried Venezuelan flags, saying their message is about peace, not politics. Organizers say Saturday's rally was an emergency response, and they believe history is repeating itself.
We've seen this before with Iraq, where American citizens were pulled into an endless war under the guise of weapons of mass destruction.
Organizers say they want to build momentum, calling on the same energy seen in previous mass protests.
We saw tens of thousands of people flood our streets to demand Border Patrol out of our city. We need that same energy now.
As protesters here call for an end to military action, the uncertainty is already a reality for Americans traveling near the region.
It kind of feels like 9/11 in the sense of when all the airlines shut down and nobody knew when they might open again. That's kind of what it feels like.
Former WCNC employee who now lives in South Carolina is currently stuck in Aruba, where flight cancellations have left tourists worried about when or if they'll be able to return home.
Today we did see on the beach a Dutch Coast Guard, boat kind of drifting or driving down the ocean, which we haven't seen since we've been here. Certainly there were some people driving down the street honking their horns, seemed to be excited about what had happened in Venezuela. But for Americans, I think it's just a matter of trying to figure out, am I going to be able to get home, or if your flight was canceled today, right? It's a busy time of year here with tourists, so it's not like there's tons of open rooms and tons of things. So once your flight gets canceled, you're kind of stuck.
In Uptown, Anna King, WCNC Charlotte.
Several North Carolina state representatives weighing in on the situation tonight, including Congresswoman Alma Adams, releasing a statement saying, quote, President Trump deployed U.S. troops and launched strikes in Venezuela without congressional authorization, utterly violating the U.S. Constitution. Also adding that President Trump failed to offer any proof of that threat, failed to brief and seek constitutionally required approval from Congress, and once again failed to put America first. Meanwhile, another North Carolina Congressman, Tim Moore, voicing support of the attack, saying, quote, Nicolas Maduro was indicted in 2020 for narco-terrorism and weapons trafficking against the United States, and now justice is being carried.